Let's take a look at yet further proof that we do indeed now live in a thoroughly satanic empire of lies. Let's take a look at some quotes related to the medical field. The case against science is straightforward. Much of the scientific literature, perhaps half, may simply be untrue. Afflicted by studies with small sample sizes, tiny effects, invalid exploratory analyses, and flagrant conflicts of interest, together with an obsession for pursuing fashionable trends of dubious importance, science has taken a turn towards darkness. And that's a quote from Dr. Richard Horton, editor-in-chief of possibly the most prestigious medical journal in the world, The Lancet. Let's take a look at this next quote. It is simply no longer possible to believe much of the clinical research that is published, or to rely on the judgment of trusted physicians or authoritative medical guidelines. I take no pleasure in this conclusion, which I reached slowly and reluctantly over my 2 decades as an editor of the New England Journal of Medicine. And that's from Dr. Marcia Angell, physician and editor-in-chief of what is quite possibly really the most prestigious medical journal in the world, the New England Journal of Medicine. Imagine how much fraud they've printed. Let's take a look at another quote. The medical profession is being bought by the pharmaceutical industry, not only in terms of the practice of medicine, but also in terms of teaching and research. The academic institutions of this country are allowing themselves to be the paid agents of the pharmaceutical industry. I think it's disgraceful. And that's from Arnold Seymour Ryman, who died in 2014, a professor of medicine at Harvard University and a former editor-in-chief of the New England Journal of Medicine. And finally, I'll give you this. Everyone should know that most cancer research is largely a fraud, and that the major cancer research organizations are derelict in their duties to the people who support them. And that's from none other than Dr. Linus Pauling, 2-time Nobel Prize winner in chemistry, when it still meant something to win a Nobel Prize. If you'd like to take a look at this whole post, including the commentary on these quotes from Vox Day, click on the link below this video. Modernity is suffused in lies from top to bottom, across all sectors of society. Lies and murder and darkness. And really, this shouldn't be surprising, because we have abandoned the lifeblood of the West, and that is none other than Christ the King. And now from top to bottom of modern society, we are awash in fraud. And therefore, what can we do? We can resolve in our own lives to live by a code of honor, a code of holiness and piety. That's what each of us individually must resolve to do. We must resolve not to allow ourselves to be overcome, to be filled with the darkness of this rotting age. But we cannot do this on our own. As our Lord Jesus Christ said, apart from me, you can do nothing. So let us not seek our salvation in our own efforts alone. We must be rooted, our lives must be rooted in following Christ the King, who said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me.